Hey, you guys.
Happy first day of fall.
The air is definitely getting crisp, and I didn't even know this, but I was so ready for it. And I'm so excited about fall. And I'm so excited how we end up actually pretty much celebrating the first day of fall. We never do that. The morning started out with all the normal stuff, vest, mists, and painting.
Of course, painting cacti.
Of course. What else would I be painting?
Mary has been on a kick for the last week of painting these miniature cacti in these little terracotta pots.
I like to imagine that these are weathered terracotta pots that have been through the ringer. They've been dropped and cracked. They've lived so much life, and there's so much life left in them. So when you saw me adding the detail work with that little marker, I like to finish the pots before I paint the cactus. I'm not sure why that is, but right here is the process of just putting the green on the page. The cactus gets its shape, and then the next layer is adding the depth to the cactus. And then the final layer is the detail work on the cactus with my little Stabilo marker. And I just have fun playing with it, figuring out, does this cactus have spikes or dots, or what does it have? Sometime I want to take you on a little cactus tour and show you, so this one I'm doing right now with the two arms, that's a cactus I really have. And this heart cactus, that's a cactus I really have. And the next one, that's a cactus I really have. Oh, okay, this is my first time the last week painting on a, what's it called? Block? Paper block? Something? And you have to use a knife. I'm using a butter knife because that's what I have. I don't have a palette knife. And you just break the seal at the edge and it comes off, and then you have your next paper all ready for you.
Outside, there was quite the commotion going on. They've been working on paving our streets outside for quite a while now.
So this footage is for those of you with little children who are excited about construction workers, about machines like this. What would you call this? Backhoe? Probably not a backhoe. I don't know. Oh, Peter, it's kombucha time.
Oh, brewing a new batch of tea for my kombucha. Oh yeah, gotta catch the steamroller.
Good old steamroller.
It's actually pretty magical to watch the steamroller in action as it smooths out that asphalt.
Ooh, look at that steam. Ollie is still rocking the double bed situation. I'm getting ready to sew a new cover for that bottom one. That's why it's just the egg crate right now. And a little plant update, of course. This box of cacti right there and succulents, that is almost 2 years old. And this paddle is my first cactus. I think it was my first. It was right in line with either first or second. It's time to eat, and sometimes I don't have a whole lot of an appetite, but a half a bagel with some butter and cream cheese does the trick. I've learned that I need to toast my bagel upside down. We have toaster issues sometimes, but I think toasting it upside down helps even out the toast situation. Take your pills, take your Trikafta, have some milk, get those calories and fat in. And don't forget to eat your bagel. All right, you guys, here we are. This is what I was talking about. First day of fall. Oh, I think that this was the most fun we've had in like 7 months.
Guys, this was so magical. We came to this local farm stand that had just gotten... I think we saw on Facebook that they had just gotten all their pumpkins in for the season, and we had a blast picking out pumpkins.
So here's how it went. We were like, okay, let's just look at the pumpkins. We'll probably get 2 or 3 pumpkins to put around our house. Well, the pumpkins were like $10 or $12 each. So that starts to add up. And then we were also going to do the $20 grocery bag, which is the produce bag they do. And then we noticed that they have a $99 deal. Now wait for it. You get, for $99, an entire cart full of pumpkins. You pick all your pumpkins out. A $20 grocery bag. We got a $10, or I don't know how much it's supposed to be, but this huge glass gallon-sized jar of cider and raspberries and all the things. And basically we had the most fun in the whole world. We spent all $99 and got so much produce and so many pumpkins.
It was the funnest first day of fall date I've ever had.
And Peter's gonna go get some propane, but in the meantime, I wanted to say, the thing about picking out pumpkins that are kind of dusty and dirty, and then sanitizing your both hands got sanitized, it makes mud. I mean, let's just be real. So here are some of our pumpkins. I had so much fun, if I haven't mentioned that yet. I love how some of them are different colors, like that muted green and that muted peachish orange one, and then that bright red one. Oh, they're so magical.
We got so many pumpkins.
What you can't see is that Harry is walking around right now while we're doing this voiceover, walking around the working room, and Peter keeps having to pick him up because he's making a ruckus. So if you hear a ruckus, you can say hi to Harry in the comments. The flowers are still hanging on. I know some people would probably say, well, those look kind of crusty, but they're still color, and I just love them. Part of the magic of the pumpkins is you arrange them, and then you rearrange them, and you see where you want to put them, I guess, right? And of course, Ollie's going to check out the pumpkin haul of 2020. You can see his little tail wagging. He's like, oh, what's in this bag?
It's a little pumpkin.
Well, that looks pretty nice. My mom made me that grocery bag that I'm using, and I just love it. All right, here's some of our produce that we got within our $99 deal. What?
I was gonna say, within what we got at the orchard.
Yeah, we got apples. We're on an apple kick. We got an avocado and some plums, which, can you give a plum report?
They are so good.
What are you eating?
A pretzel.
Oh, some huge sweet potatoes, some cucumbers, and green beans, and a spaghetti squash. Oh yes, here's some of that arranging. Let me move my teeny tiny glass jars and put these pumpkins next to my beach cows. Oh, wait, yeah.
While Mary's making soup, I'm showing you the guacamole I made for lunch.
I am making a batch of chicken and noodle soup. I had this
chicken and noodle soup.
I had this. It's actually a chicken. It's kind of like a chicken carcass. It wasn't the whole chicken. It was a cheaper option. It was from a local farm, humanely raised. So I decided to make some stock out of it and then turn it into soup. And there is some meat on it. I just have to work really hard to pick it off, and I do that, and it works great.
It was such the perfect first day of fall food. We have thoroughly loved that soup.
And I didn't even plan that, first day of fall. I didn't realize it was the first day of fall, everybody. But it was, so the soup ended up great. Pickle time. I'm slicing up these cucumbers I got at the produce market this week, and I had a few from last week as well. dicing up a little onion. I use a piece of plastic wrap so I don't touch the hot pepper. And then I'm putting, oh, Peter, you should try those pickles because I don't know if I did them right. I put some celery seeds, some vinegar, some sugar, and water, and salt.
I'm sure they'll be delicious.
And then I did some cilantro and jalapeno in the 2 big jars.
Nice.
Oh yeah, do you want to tell them what we're making?
We had some leftover peaches from the last time we went to the orchard, and so we are using those kind of peaches that are getting old and made some peach cobbler in my cast iron skillet. Or not cobbler, I guess it was like peach crisp.
And we're not going to link a recipe because it wasn't very, I don't know. I ended up having to add more butter. It did taste good. Like, yeah, it was good. But I wouldn't follow that recipe again. But basically just put some oats, a little bit of flour, some cinnamon, and some brown sugar, and some butter. There you go. And some, did I say oats? Yeah, so I chopped up all these veggies so that after my broth was ready, as you can see, I can just go ahead and make this soup. So I put some of my, I think the secret ingredient is Maryland corn. That's what that frozen hunk of corn was. And spatzels, 4 days. I love those spatzels.
So good.
So it's just chicken, onion, corn, celery, carrot, spatzels.
And here's our little dinner on the deck for the end of a awesome day. And when we tasted that soup, wait for it, it was so good.
Wait, we looked at each other and said, we need salt. I officially did not oversalt it.
Well, it was a magical day. Here is us out on the back porch in the evening, and we're going to say,
as always,
we'll see you tomorrow.
good night, guys.
Good night.
Don't you think